whenever studios promise up and down that they are going to faithfully reimagine or remaster or remake something, you know that they're probably not going to. And unfortunately, with the Gothic remake, this is exactly what they were doing. And now we are seeing that they are censoring and uglifying the females in this title. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, this was actually a remake that I was looking forward to. Like a lot of other people, I love Gothic, and unfortunately, this is also something that has gone through a bit of development hell, so I was definitely cautiously optimistic, but everywhere on the marketing material for this game, on their webpage, over on the Steam page, they swear up and down that it's going to be faithful. Return to the Valley of the Mines in this faithful remake of the genre-defining open-world RPG. Explore a handcrafted, organic open world that reacts dynamically to your actions, whether you're a seasoned Gothic vet or if this is your first time being thrown into the colony, you're in for a true RPG experience with unrestricted exploration like no other. So hearing that it's going to be a dynamic living world, that it's going to be faithful, all of these things sounded extremely positive until you actually see what they have done with it. And over the years, we have seen a lot of remakes and reboots and just a lot of new games in general uglify women, censor content, tone things down, which is so sad because while I don't think every single character in every single game needs to be a 10 out of 10 bombshell, I do think that there are certain series where the characters should look very pretty. They should be like the peak of humanity, right? You don't expect a 600-pound land whale to be flying around as the next Superman. You don't expect a 450-pound they-them to be the next Tomb Raider and the next Lara Croft replacement. And you don't expect, I don't know, Littlefoot from the Land Before Time to be a female in the Gothic remake. This is so sad to me. I'm so sick and tired of games with very unique dark aesthetics being censored and being scaled back and them trying to make them more marketable. Like if you're not going to do the original game justice, there is no point to remake it because you're just going to piss off the existing fan base and you're going to lose out on sales. You're just putting money into a game that's not going to make it back. Now, if you don't know, THQ Nordic is the publisher of this game, and THQ Nordic was actually one of Embracer's first largest acquisitions in the video game industry. They acquired THQ Nordic back in 2014, and so, unfortunately, I do think that Embracer Group is one of the reasons why this has happened. Sure, I'm certain there are also developers who made this decision and following social trends, but I do also think that Embracer is a big reason why this is happening, and it's just so sad because the types of people that they are trying to appeal to are not going to show up and consume this content. I mean, as you can see, there were some absolutely sexy women in the original. There were some really like seductive looking outfits. The females showed a lot of skin and they also looked really pretty. Yeah, they were also lower quality, but at the same time, they were supposed to be pretty looking characters. And so you would expect that to carry over into the remake, and these outfits, these women have been heavily censored, have been uglified, and now there is a monumental amount of backlash surrounding this game because people are upset, people are disappointed, people are angry, and rightfully so. When you go into a remake that they were claiming up and down was going to be faithful, you don't expect it to be butchered. Now, I have seen some people post on X that they are removing posts from the Steam community discussions tab/forums. I haven't seen any that I've opened yet being removed, but I will be keeping a close eye on it over the next couple of days, and I will update you guys in another video if this is the case. But here are just some of the posts being made. Hey devs, why did you censor the female characters? I thought this was supposed to be a faithful remake, so why did you censor the revealing outfits from the female characters that were present in the original? And I'm really curious to see if the story is going to be censored at all as well, because of course it's humans losing a war to orcs, and we know how the modern audience views orcs now, how they constantly attack Tolkien's work in Dungeons and Dragons, and how they constantly want these depictions removed because they think people view them as being the equivalent of black individuals, even though it's just them that are saying that. So I think that they are the ones who are actually racist. But regardless, we're also talking about a game that I always had some worries about because of the localization. If you don't know, when Gothic originally released, it was kind of slammed for its inaccurate localization. I was hoping that they were going to do a better job, but at the same time, it's 2025. I can't really expect developers to put a lot of work and time into the games they're actually working on because they generally don't care. But I still am so sad to see that now we're truly finding out just how bad this is going to be. Took it off my wish list. Female characters look modernized, androgynous, and sterilized. This is a telltale sign the devs don't take the source of the original seriously and have no authenticity. These women are supposed to be dressed like that because they were sex slaves and servants, so yeah, big skip on another modernized game that will mess up the original game's charm and authenticity. Too much political correctness. I need to say something very clearly about the barren women in the remake. You know, the design misses the part of Gothic's world. In the remake, they look like generic NPCs just to satisfy modern sensibilities. Gothic was not a moral game. It was not safe. It was brutal, misogynistic, immoral, and sexualized, and that's exactly how it was supposed to be. It's always funny that there are individuals online who say, you guys aren't intellectuals and you can't handle mature themes, but when it comes time for mature themes they don't like to be depicted in a game, oh my gosh, then it's time to censor. Gothic 1 Remake game got modernized, RIP, chuds really can't have shit in this world. Took it off my wish list, big skip. Valaya is trans now. Ugh, God, some of these characters, yeah, just look absolutely horrendous, and it sucks. Any game that does this you can assume to be garbage. While there are exceptions, this is the rule. Fire them all. If they're indeed talented, they'll land on their feet. This shit looks like the quest in The Witcher 3 where Geralt and the boys dress up as sorceresses on a drunken binge. That is so freaking hilarious to me. I bet the new designs are self-inserts of some kind of feminist who worked on the game. Wouldn't even shock me. Damn, I was looking forward to the remake. I guess there's no need to remake Gothic 2 then. It's all so tiresome. Even the OG Gothic women look better than the 2025 ones. There's something very wrong, and yeah, I just have a bad feeling that this is only the start of the issues with this title. So I'll be keeping a close eye on it and on the forums to see if they are indeed censoring people. Wouldn't even surprise me. But if you had any hope for this, maybe temper your expectations. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.